Hyce, this is not a steam locomotive.
It's not. It is.
But it has a push bar to drive the wheels.
It is God's strongest, smallest little dude.
So this is like a hybrid of the earliest generation of diesel, where they were still pushing the wheels with a single bar, but yet it's run by an electric diesel engine, right?
It's a diesel mechanical, so it's not even electric. There's not like it is literally mechanically coupled to one of the wheels.
It's like a big diesel truck.
It's like a big diesel truck. Yeah,
that's awesome.
And then they have connecting rods all the way down to the wheels.
That's
you can actually
great.
See where the gear train comes in. It's behind the wheels. It almost looks like it's supposed to be like an 080 or something.
Right. And today we're going to pull the heaviest load known to mankind, 14 iron cars to the steel mill.
1,204 tons. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably not the heaviest load in the game, but it's a lot. That's
and this
a
thing
lot,
can
and
do
most of
that?
the other
No
engines
problem?
Dude, this thing pulls the world. I actually don't know if this is tonnage for it or not, but it is just like too strong. This choo-choo is too powerful.
All right, so just like before, we're gonna race. This engine apparently has shifter gears. Hyce has given me a diagram of the shifting. There's two little gearboxes right here, and apparently, depending on the position, I'm assuming 1 is low and 8 is high. So, like, as I go faster, I need to shift.
Correct. Yeah.
And there's no clutch.
That right. No clutch. It's just got a fluid coupling. And in order to be fair to Con, I don't know the shifting pattern off the top of my head, and I'm not going to look at it. You can literally crater the transmission and it shatters.
Oh, good. I'm really excited. I can't wait to have a new engine that I can blow up.
Yep. Been there, done that. Got the T-shirt. So.
All right, you ready? We're gonna do this.
Yes.
Racing time. Everybody, sync up your videos.
Here we go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, hey, actually gave me a countdown this time. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't much of a countdown though. All right, I remember some things. Okay, so I gotta turn on like everything. That.
Yar! We need to release the handbrake.
I don't need the wipers.
Released.
Handbrake's off. That's off.
I would like lights in the cab.
Guess who's already moving backwards, bro? Oh, I'm getting wheel slip. Oh yeah, I'm just grinding right through the handbrake. Oh my god, the handbrake! I see why you said yar. It's a pirate wheel.
It feels like it, doesn't it? Okay. God, this thing is so cool.
It's pushing.
And also
Why do I? It's handbrake all the way down, isn't it?
All the way down.
Oh, my handbrake was already off.
Mine was too. I was kind of surprised by that. You might have the independent on, maybe?
I dunked really hard.
It's fine. The cars need a good dunking every now and then. There we go. Handbrake off.
All right, with this kind of coupler, I've always wondered, you know, you have a coupler on both the locomotive and you have it on the cars.
Yeah.
Is there a, like, standard for, like, which one should go where? Like, should you use the locomotives one pulling the car loop, or should you have the car one pulling the locomotive? You know what I mean? Like, does it matter?
You know, I'm going to leave that to my commenters who experience these to inform us in the comments, because I don't honestly know. I have no clue. I imagine there's some sort of standard procedure for that, but I'm not familiar with it. Also,
I stalled out my engine, by the way.
I stalled mine too.
Yeah, I pushed it into the cars and stalled it completely.
I'm underway now.
I'm on the way now too. My train brake is not. I don't have enough brake pipe pressure.
Yeah, I didn't wait for that, and it pulled through it because it is God's strongest train.
Yeah, it is pulling through it for me too.
There's a little bit of a hill getting out of the iron ore mine. It's not much.
Dude, this thing sounds ridiculous. It's like I'm taking off in a freaking plane.
Dude, it's ridiculous. I love this thing.
All right, so I'm at full throttle. Now I need to shift. Oh, I almost went from first to like 7th.
What is going to ding? Oh, the oil temp is very hot.
Oh my god, the shifting in this is amazing, dude.
Dude, it's so cool. It's literally a stick shift locomotive, and it's got 2 gearboxes.
All right, I'm pulling. I'm actually pulling everything out.
It is the strongest train, okay? Like, bar none.
All right.
DFP is so cool.
I'm in 4th gear, man. I'm in 4th.
I don't know which gear I'm in.
Got an oil
trying to
temp warning.
remember.
Bring the throttle back.
Yeah, I've got
I love that you can throttle it down and then shift up, you know?
Right. It's like truly a mechanical. Yeah. It's literally just a giant version of a semi-truck, basically.
Oh my god, I love this. I'm in the third person view now, dude. The back linkage, like that back yellow, the mechanical transmission part that just spins there, that's hilarious.
Right.
Like, who thought this up and was like, you know, this is gonna be a good idea. Let's put a really big diesel engine, we'll connect it with the transmission, we'll have these two weird shifter things, it'll be perfect.
Right. I am losing speed up this hill.
I am too.
I'm trying not to stall. I don't know what RPM it wants to stall at. I'm getting wheel slip now. Sand,
I just downshifted to first.
Yeah, I'm in first now too.
I'm in second now.
Come on!
No, it wheel slips in second.
Yeah, you gotta have, you're gonna need to run sand with it, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sort of maintaining like 5 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, I'm doing 5 right now, full sand,
Literally.
full throttle in first gear.
It's just
I don't know if this is gonna work.
Choo-choo.
Oh, my oil pressure's going, like my oil temp's going up through the roof.
Mine's rated 100 right now, so, or maybe it's 105. Right on the edge of the red zone.
Yeah, if I bring the throttle up 1 notch, then I'm okay.
Yeah, don't run it full. It seems to be maintaining temp if you run it.
I got a
just
red
little
flashing
bit
light
less.
above my oil, but I think I'm okay.
Yeah, it doesn't blow up till the gauge gets all the way over. That's how that works, right?
Yeah, exactly. The red line is just a suggestion. It's not a hard limit.
Yeah. I think the red line is actually where it starts incurring fees because you damaged the locomotive.
Well,
But that
that's
doesn't
not
matter
my
in
problem.
Sandbox. Yeah.
This train's gonna
Doesn't
make
matter
like
in
44
Sandbox.
grand, dude. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I think we're fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Dude, this is a slugfest though. Holy cow. Just
Yeah, this is
first gear.
the
It's
slowest race of all time.
It's like 2% though, and it doesn't care. This is actually the
This thing
biggest train
is-
I've ever run in Derail Valley. I've never run something 1,200.
Oh, you've never run 14 cars?
No, I've never run 14 cars with 1,200 pounds or 1,200 tons. No.
We need to teach you how to precision schedule railroad in Derail Valley. Run
Well-
a couple kilometer-long train.
My only concern, honestly, is slowing down.
That's going to be interesting. We have an engine brake, and you can go into the right gear and use the engine brake kind of as a dynamic brake, like a Jake brake on a truck. You can do that.
Wait, you could just like bring your throttle down and then like
yeah, and then you start
downshift
advancing the engine brake. Yeah, there's literally a lever labeled engine brake on the stand. So yeah, you know, but the likelihood of accidentally blowing up the choo-choo, I think, is pretty high there.
Yeah, I shift from second to fourth with this thing.
I've been skipping gears. Someone's told me before that like you can just kind of skip gears, and rather than using like all 9 of the positions or whatever, you can pretty much just use 5 of them, and so that's kind of how I'm treating it. And I'm hopefully remembering it right.
It's kind of like a truck. There's like, you know, you got big 14-speed trucks.
Right.
And like, you know, I'm just going, I literally go first, second, fourth, sixth, eighth. That's how I'm shifting in this thing. I'm hauling now, dude. I'm in freaking 8th gear, just, you know, cranking it.
I'm doing 45 right now myself.
Oh, okay, I'm not going that fast. I'm doing 30. But I'm getting there. I'm in 8th gear.
30 feels like Mach Jesus after that 5 kilometer an hour race there.
I keep looking back. I'm just expecting my train to not be there one of these times, you know? Like, I feel like I don't know how train drivers do it. I would just, you know, I guess you just get used to the fact you're like, whatever, I'm towing out 2 or 3 miles of stuff behind me. It's fine, you know?
If you lose something, the air dump's gone.
Oh, that's
You
true.
will know. You will know if you.
As long as your air's up, then you're fine.
All right, we are officially getting spicy derail sounds. Doing about 70.
I'm doing 50. But I have a feeling I'm going to do 60. So now I gotta leave it in gear and play with my throttle, essentially.
Yeah, I'm leaving it 8. I think that's the secret.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't want to, like, your engine, it over revs at 1,000 RPM. So if you're, you know, if you're in 8 or whatever. Oh god, it's spicy fast already.
Still flying to the right. Oh god, that was just.
Oh, this has one of those self-lapping brakes again.
Is it self-lapping or non-self-lapping?
I don't know. I have to hold it forward for it to stay in the pole position, and then.
Oh, okay, then that's non-self-lapping, so it's like the steam engine. Yeah, I need to watch the gauges while I do that. Make sure.
So basically, you have to watch the gauges while you brake, essentially.
Yeah, you can't just move the handle and advance the handle and make it brake for it.
There we go. Got the switch. This thing, it picks up speed so fast down a hill.
Yeah, I mean, well, we've got 1,200 tons behind us, Ron. Gravity's your friend.
Yeah, gravity is like, oh my god, we're going down this like switchback. I'm just.
Yeah, it's non-self-lapping brakes. So you have to lap it manually. It's like about a 5-bar set. Or not a 5-bar, a 1-bar.
Okay, so how does this work then? I've got the red meter, right? And the red meter is where I want my brake pipe pressure to be at? Like
nah, so the red is your brake cylinder and the black is your brake pipe. So you want to reduce your brake pipe usually somewhere on the order of 1 bar. It's about 15 psi, 14.7, right? That's a pretty like solid amount of braking. And then like 3/4 or half a bar is like a minimum kind of amount of braking.
Right.
So you want to hold it in the second position you can move it to. You watch it slowly reduce to the value you want, and then you bring it back 1 position. And then you've lapped it, and it'll hold and retain that setting.
So I bring the black one down to like 3 or something, and then...
I wouldn't go to 3. 3 is a lot. You're going to burn brake shoes. I would take it down to 4.
Bring it down to 4 to slow down a bit.
Yeah. That's a pretty significant brake set already.
Also, can we talk about how this gearbox would work? Like, I'm 99% sure it's literally just 2 gears, and you're just picking which gear on either side.
I'm not entirely certain which how it works because it's 3 speeds per gearbox, right?
Right, and then
So
the
it's 2
combination is what
gearboxes.
gives you all the different ratios.
Right.
All right.
Yeah. There's no clutch. It's just a fluid coupling, so it's just got basically a torque converter in it. Spicy. It's fine. Oh, I'm coming up on that 4, I think. Yeah, there it is.
I'm cruising now. I'm going down.
Don't fail me now, brake shoes.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a braking competition now. I'm just going to let it brake coming down this. This engine's ridiculous. I can't believe how small it is and how much it pulls.
Dude, mechanicals.
Oh.
Redonkulous.
Uh-oh.
The brake shoes are bad.
I fell off my train.
Oh, you felt like not the tracks.
I'm
but
back
the train.
in. Yeah, I'm doing 75. All right, so I got to bring the brake pressure up a little bit. And then down 1 notch from where I was. And it'll hold it there. Okay.
Yeah, you reduce, you go to application, it constantly reduces the brake pipe at a certain rate, and then a reduction of the brake pipe is what causes the train to brake, so then you have to lap it to hold that reduction.
Right.
And for context, I say that 1 bar is a lot because on our railroad with 4% grades and our trains that we run at the museum, we never take much more than a 10 psi reduction, and that's partially because a lot of the cars we have are older and wooden and not that heavy. Anything more than 10 pounds and they start to lock up their wheels and slide. And so 1 bar is already 15 psi. I think that's already a significant amount of braking.
I just realized I'm like drowning you out with the sounds of this game.
The game is very loud, it's true.
Yet again.
Particularly when you've got the screaming
Yeah,
thing.
the
So maybe
screaming
use my
brake
audio
shoes.
when you sync up the videos.
Yeah, I'm gonna. It's fine. I turned my game down again.
It's fine. Yeah.
As soon as you activate the brake shoes, you just hear like, "Grrr!" It's like, oh, I'm sorry, Hyce. What were you saying? Did you have something important to tell me about this? Grrr! Yeah. Okay.
No,
Thank you.
sorry, we can't hear you over our brake shoes dying.
Yeah, my brake shoes don't exist anymore. It's fine.
That's fine. I haven't had to brake for a minute here. I'm doing about 60, And okay, well there's a 4, so I guess
I
we'll,
was doing 60,
never
then I
mind.
did a 4, and then I brake. And now there's an 80, but it's going down to a 60. Well, we'll send it. This thing literally sounds like a World War II plane trying to take off when you throttle it up. It's hilarious.
It's awesome, dude. It's such a cool locomotive.
All right, so if I have
Mechanicals
a
are-
bigger train behind me, right, with lots of weight,
Yes.
aren't I less likely to derail?
Depends. Drink.
Like in a fast corner?
It's gonna hold you a little bit more, right? Like the forces.
Yeah, like it's gonna try and keep me on the track.
Yes, but you're also getting more gravity, so if you're going downhill, you're also likely to be going faster. So it's kind of a little yes, little no. But yeah, the coupling force between the cars is trying to hold you on the inside of the curve, for sure. Yeah, mechanical locomotives are dope. We have 2 at the museum. One which last ran like 10 years ago, and it's got an issue with its clutch. So hopefully we'll make it run someday again.
Dude, remember when we were talking about Chew Fast, Chew Furious?
Yes.
This is the engine. This is like, can you imagine the close-up shots you could do up the 2 hands shifting gears? Like,
Oh my god. I can hear the trap music right now while it's happening.
Like, oh man, he's getting to put an 8, clink, both forward, like just, you know.
Good job.
Good job.
Yeah. Yeah, mechanical locomotives, fast, very fun. Oh god. I'm just bogging down. I always forget about this other, the reverse hill right here. It's not like being in A.
I'm a dum-dum. Well, hope I don't need sand anymore.
Oh, did you leave your sand on the
I left my sand on, and now my reservoir is empty.
That's fine. You don't need sand.
I don't think I need sand anymore. Yeah, I forgot to turn it off after the first bend.
You might need sand. Alright, there's a 4 going downhill again, so give her a little break now.
Alright, it's a 50.
One of our,
Put it notch 8, bro. Notch 8.
No.
Full
Notch
forward.
8, don't be late.
Notch
Notch
8,
8, don't be
double
late.
gears.
Okay, I'm doing 50 through a 40.
Yeah, I'm doing 45 through
brakes.
40.
Please brakes.
We're actually probably pretty close, to be honest, in this. Have you gotten to the T-switch after the spiral yet?
No, I'm just about there.
Yeah, I'm just about there, too. This is actually going to be close.
This is going to be a close race.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to encourage me to run the train stupidly.
Well, I'm like bogging down right now. What the heck is this?
I am at the T-switch right now.
Oh, okay, I'm a little behind you then. I've been braking a little hard when I came down that spiral.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm bogging,
it's fine.
I'm bogging.
It's
I
fine.
need to go down
It's fine.
here.
I'm doing 40 through this. Just yoink. Yeah, that's terrifying. Diesel mechanicals and gas mechanicals, very fun to operate. The other one that we have that does run is our little 8-ton switcher called Kiwi. And it's got a 4-speed manual transmission with a transfer case and
A clutch or no
giant clutch, yep. And a giant straight 6 U.S. Army issue Hercules engine. And so much fun. Running it fast is terrifying and awesome. Did you derail?
No. My engine just did like a and then all the glass exploded and my engine
Oh, you
spoke.
blew up the transmission!
And now I derailed.
Yeah, I was wondering if that would happen or not to either of us.
Yeah, I blew up the transmission, I guess. And can we talk about how the derails are awesome when you have it just shoved me. The whole train just pushed me, and dude, my whole train is just off on a corner. This is sick. All right, I gotta reload. I'm gonna save first because like I might come look at this later, but I gotta load. That's a load.
Thumbnail shot, bud. Thumbnail shot.
Dude, the transmission, I downshifted to 6th, and then I guess I wasn't paying attention to the RPMs. Maybe I ran the RPMs too high, and it blew the transmission. Like, that must have been it.
Ya.
Dang it. That screwed me over completely now. And now I'm at zero speed here.
Kind of start over. Godspeed.
Well, not starting over, really, but
Starting mid-run.
mid-run, yeah.
This is very spicy through here right now.
Still have no
It's fine.
sand.
speed, I think it's 60 through here, and we're doing like 66, so it's fine.
Okay, am I just like waiting 20? I'm waiting
on the rails.
I'm just waiting forever for my freaking brake pipe to pressurize. Yeah. So it turns out 14 cars is a lot of brake pipe.
Yep. All right, I hit 70 and I started to get a new sound going around that curve, so I'm gonna apply a little brake now.
Wait a minute though. Hold on. If you have like a 2-mile train, how long are you waiting for the brake pipe?
Oh, forever, dude. It's ridiculous. That was like one of the biggest challenges we always heard about when we would have these huge trains on the railroad during grain season, because a lot of the grain trains go to port up in Seattle when I worked up there, and then they run back to Montana, and they would try to run the empties as long as they could because they needed to reload them right away. And so you'd be talking about a 14,000 or a 16,000 foot long train, so it's like 3 miles, right? 5 kilometers pretty much worth of train. And they would have 3 sets of locomotives on the train, and it would take hours to chase down all the leaks to get the brake pipe to not leak enough that it would actually meet the FRA requirements for brake pipe.
That's just from leaks through the connectors and everything else, right?
Yeah, you lose through fittings, through the glad hand connections between cars. Air just leaks, right? So they're trying to send 90 PSI the whole way down, and you have to have, I want to say, FRA requirements, you got to be within 15 front to back.
Right.
Memory's a little fuzzy, but so you can't have anything less than 75. And so they were chasing it forever, and all the carmen had to like change out hoses, change out this, do this, whatever. And I mean, it would take them like 7 or 8 hours. And then finally it's tested, then they'd call the crew, and then the train would take off. So yeah, it's ridiculous when you've got a big train like that, how long it takes.
All right, I'm moving again. I'm not going to downshift to 6.
Yeah, that apparently was your downfall last time.
Well, I was going up a hill and I downshifted to 6, and then I really wasn't watching the 100 RPM limit.
Oh, yeah.
And like, it's not a lot. 100 RPM is, or 1,000 RPM.
It's time, yeah, it's 100 times 10,000, yeah.
But... Alright, I'm moving again though. I'm at 50. It does take a bit to get this train moving. Luckily I was at a spot where I didn't stall out.
Yeah, that would have been a bummer.
Yeah, because I have no sand, so I was able to get going at least.
Right, you would have had to like try and unvalley yourself like a roller coaster.
Yeah. The biggest issue is honestly just wait for the brake pipe.
Yep. It takes a long time. You gotta charge. I mean, 14 cars would still take, in real life, I mean, it would probably take a good 15 minutes because you'd get air to the train, and then depending on what type of control valves the cars have, sometimes it would be, you know, okay, you can get air on them and then they'll work. All of the more modern and safety compliant whatever valves require at least 10 minutes to charge before they'll actually work. So 10 minutes, flow to the back of the train, make sure each valve gets 10 minutes. You know, you'd probably be able to air test it 12, 13 minutes after you put air to it, and then it would all do the thing. So
I really hope the devs look at Derail Valley multiplayer seriously.
I really do too. Like, it would be so much fun.
Not only just for like... Oh, I'm so dead. I'm doing 60 through 40.
Oh, you're fine. That's what the brakes for. Just dump it.
I just did dump it. Yeah, I think I'm okay. And the only reason I would love it is not just for like, you know, the scheduling trains and having to watch each other on different tracks and stuff, like own the track at a time. Like, it'd all be about scheduling. I need to go left here. There we go. But it would also be cool just to like double head stuff, or like, you know, front and back stuff. Like double heading, obviously you can do the multi-unit hookup, and then you can control them both with like both diesels simultaneously. But you can't double head steam that way. So double heading steam would be really cool because you each have to actually like manage your own locomotive, right? And then the front and back double heading, you know, whatever that's called, the ending.
Pushing on the rear shopper. Or if you're over in England, it's called banking.
Banking?
Yeah, banking. That's their term. Oh, it's the banking helper. And sometimes they didn't even couple in; they just literally shove on the back.
But yeah, that would be like, those would be the kind of things would be cool, especially with steam. Like trying to manage a super heavy train that's only works with 2 locomotives when you're both running them independently. Like that would just be,
dude, it would be absolutely killer.
It'd be a wicked experience.
I was chatting with Derail Valley developer Zybok just the other day.
You said multiplayer? What?
No multiplayer. No, air brake nerdiness stuff. They watched my video about my last Derail Valley video, and I was kind of like, I don't know why the automatic brake doesn't just sit and dump, why it springs back. And then we had a conversation back and forth about air brakes. And so it's on the list. So they're going to correct an issue with the automatic, which will make
here's a important question, but there's no clutch on this engine, right?
Yeah.
So like, if I'm going above 100 RPM, but I'm already in 8th gear, like, how do I have to slow down my train?
I could assume so. I definitely had it over that, and it didn't blow up somehow. It probably just made things mad in maintenance land. So I guess you can go over somewhat, but not by much.
Like I'm doing 70, and every time I turn, this train squeals.
Yeah, there's no way to take it out of gear. Yeah.
No, and like I've got no throttle on.
Right, it's just the connection, the direct,
the direct connection. Yeah, like it's just the
keeping the
wheels.
engine running like that. Yeah.
This is a 60, and I've got to go right. Okay.
Get close to the steel mill. Gotta drop them off on the B3i.
Is it always? It's always like B3i.
It feels like
B3i for me. Yep, and I'm going right. Perfect. Thank goodness, because I wasn't gonna hit that switch if it was set wrong. I was going so fast, dude. There's no way. Like, it's like a freaking FPS to try and hit these switches.
You got a quick time event. Press the buttons in order. Yeah.
All right, let's give it full throttle. We gotta get places. Dude, if I hadn't derailed it, I can't believe it. I downshifted to 6th. I pulled the Fast and Furious move. I couldn't find my extra 5th gear. You know what I mean? Like
you tried to clutch kick the locomotive.
Yeah, I tried to clutch kick it and it blew up. It was a violent explosion too. The whole engine smoked, the glass all broke on all the windows, and then I derailed.
I definitely just shifted down from 8th to I think 6th, and almost blew up the engine. It was doing way too many RPMs. It's fine.
Yeah, that's what I did. 8 to 6 is just so natural. 8 to 7 is kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't actually know what the 7 is.
Yeah.
So for all I know, I just went 8 to 5, but it's fine.
This is the engine though for Too Fast, Too Furious. Just the close-up shots of the hands on both shifters, like
Be the thing.
Doing all the things. It's like, oh no, we gotta pass him in the corner. Like down to 1, the wheels start squealing. They're like coming off the track sideways. You know what? This is the Polar Express engine. 1 on either side. He's got the 2. He's got the 2 reversers going on. The 2 Johnson bars somehow that are independent. Does that make sense?
Totally makes sense.
I actually just looked at a best builds video in Scrap Mechanic, and there were a couple of locomotives that were built with pull-out Johnson bar mechanisms that actually work, and like 90-degree offsets on the wheels, whole piston setup, Johnson bar, everything.
I definitely watched a bit of that video.
With the Garrett?
I got to the point where you didn't know what a Bear Garrett was. And I was
like, what is this?
Really,
it's a 482 times 2. They were just like, yeah, let's just put 2 of them together. I know we've talked about it at some point. I forgot what it was.
They're so goofy. Super neat.
Yeah.
But yeah.
They were just like, hey, what if we took like an engine, right, and like flipped it around and put it on the other side?
What if we put the locomotive boiler on a bridge between the engines,
and then just fed it to 2 engines? That makes sense.
Yeah. They were apparently very, very good for tight curvature, like better than a conventional articulated.
It was 3
locomotive.
articulating points, right? Like 3 different sections that all move.
So they were really good, and people that like Garrett's are staunch defenders of them. I always toss shade because it's funny in European /African. But super unique and cool machines. But those scrap, like, I've played enough scrap mechanic now to know that like making anything is really hard, and so seeing some of that stuff was just like, holy crap!
Yeah, people
Who figures this out?
People are nutty. There's a thing in scrap mechanic where you can like kind of glitch stuff inside of other stuff, and that's like the big exploit where
Glitch welding.
yeah,
Yes.
so that's like where people make all these crazy detailed things where it just looks unbelievable, and and the fact that it works blew my mind. The fact that it's actually like moving the Johnson bar up and down, and that's what determines like the valve gear movement. It's
That's ridiculous.
yeah, it's just next level. Like I built a working valve gear once. I got to get back into it. The dimensions of valve gear are just mechanically like beautiful. It's such a
Dude,
cool...
it's so challenging to get correct.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know
and if
you
it's
saw-
off by a tiny bit, it doesn't work at all. It's just ridiculous.
Exactly. I don't know if you saw the Animagraphs video of the big boy that I helped consult on. I actually posted my reaction to it today while we're recording. So I'm recording this it's like you got one of the valve gear components, or maybe two of them, just cocked a little wrong, and one of the rods just slightly not the right length. And as such, it looks almost perfect. It really does, except for the fact that the expansion link moves way too far, and because of that, the actual lifting shaft that grabs the radius rod to make the forward backwards be a thing looks like it's made of rubber because it had to change length to fit the rest of the animation. It's like, that is so bloody hard to get right, but it was perfect for his video. So,
Dude,
check it out if you haven't.
I'm in 8th at like 80, 85, 850 RPM-ish.
I got $69,000.
Yeah, I'm at full throttle. And like if I go to 7th, the throttle just goes into the red line. But if I'm in 8th, it doesn't seem like I accelerate any more than this like 53 km/h I'm doing.
Yeah, it does. It's not a speedy boy. That's the funny thing about you wanting it for Chew Fast, Chew Furious, is that we'd have to speed up all the footage because it's slow.
It's kind of a cool engine though.
Dude, it's super cool.
It's crazy how much power this has, and I love the dual gearbox. It's just great.
Dude, it literally pulls the universe. It is such a good locomotive. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of this thing. So neat.
How do I make sure all my cars are in the lane? All right, downshift.
Use your eyeballs.
Downshift 7th here. Let's go.
So it'll be interesting to see. You obviously had to reload, but we'll see whether or not your time beats.
I think I was a little conservative on the brakes coming down the helix. I was only ever doing like 45, 50 because I knew there were 40 sections that came up, but I didn't feel like always, you know.
I get you. Yeah, I definitely ran it quick, so.
I am losing speed coming into the steel mill here, though. Holy cow. Full throttle, I'm already down to 6.
Oh yeah, dude, that last climb into the steel mills.
I need two hands. This is the engine you need to run in VR, so I can have two hands and grab both shifters at the same time.
Right, and then just do both.
And just sit there going, shh. Like honestly, this is the one locomotive where I really feel like having two hands would be great.
And it's odd only having one mouse, isn't it?
Yeah. Because you basically, like, some of these gear transitions, like, you know, 6 to 5 and then 5 to 4. 5 to 4, you have to put you have to go one up, one down at the same time, right? Like, you need to, realistically. All right, E3I, I know this track. This way, and it's gonna be that big empty one. We are just slugging along. All right, I need to go to 4. There we go. Good gear.
Don't mind me, I'm just trying to scale the side of the steel mill, however I possibly can.
I'm not gonna lie. Even with the diesel mechanical, it's so much less stressful not running steam. Like,
yeah, when it when there's no risk of it Cthulhu moding whatsoever,
well, I mean,
except by your direct control.
Yeah, like
right?
there's the transmission problem. Sure, if you could
But like
with the transmission.
you directly have to make an action to make that happen.
Yeah.
Whereas the railroad can just change all of a sudden and then you can just blow up as the steam engine.
Yeah, as long as you're
Not
looking
a
at
fun
like your oil temp and stuff, and you're not running it too hot on the throttle, like you're fine.
I am the stack.
Makes you realize why we sort of evolved away from steam powered stuff.
Well, you know, many other reasons, but yes.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
definitely part
there's
of it.
also the whole, like, you know, thermodynamics, energy efficiency of fuel versus steam is,
The big thing is just the maintenance. That's really what it boils down to. There's lots of reasons, and they all contribute.
Lugging water weight is so much, like, you have to lug so much extra weight compared to lugging fuel weight, you know?
Right. Absolutely.
Like, a lot
then you
less
have to have
fuel goes a lot further
infrastructure
than a lot of water, right? Like, that's sort of
exactly. You have to have the infrastructure, water towers. You have to have all that stuff. But I mean, the big thing for me that most people don't seem to realize is that every 31 service days, you need to let the steam engine cool down, pull all the plugs, do a boiler wash, put it all back together. Which, if you're taking care of the engine, you don't hate the engine, takes a couple days. And if you are the railroad and you just want it done quick, I mean, it's still going to take you at least probably 12 hours to dump all the pressure, do the wash, and then actually refire it up and everything. And you have to do that every 31 service days. Modern diesel has 184 days of service before it sees the shop again.
I made $69,000, bro.
So did I, dude. 69 grand. What was your time? What was your time?
What was your time?
What was your? I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours.
If you go to the first page, it'll tell you your exact time to the second.
My validation was 29 and 25.
Oh, mine was 30.09.
Even with your oopsie.
That wasn't as far off as I thought. I was only like 30 seconds off into total.
No,
I mean, the race itself, I blew up. That was a problem. But
if you didn't have to restart, it would have been extremely close.
It would have been 30 seconds. Yeah, maybe 30 seconds. And on top of that, when I restarted, I had to get back up from 0 speed to full speed.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like,
so how much time did I waste in that 30 seconons getting back up to full speed?
You might have run faster over the rest of it, but at the end of the day, you still blew up the choo-choo con.
Well, I downshifted to 6, and I didn't.
And then it went explode.
And then I exploded. Yeah. Well, good game. That was a good race. Oh, did they not pay me?
You gotta take the money and then put it in your wallet. This is your wallet.
Bro, I didn't take the money, right?
Is it gone?
And it's not in the machine.
It might be in the Lost and Found.
Where's the Lost and Found? Where's my 69 grand?
It's the shack next to the station.
All right, where's my 69 grand? Someone just found 69 grand and decided to just put it in the Lost and Found.
A citizen of the steel mill is
Yep,
just...
someone put my 69 grand in the Lost and
They're good people at the steel mill, okay?
Apparently,
no thieves. It's fine.
All right, well, sick. Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. What other
What challenge would you like to see next? Because that was fun. Viewer suggestion. It felt like all my comments said, do the DM3, and now Con's learned to do something new. So that was fun.
I like it's cool. The shifting is cool. It doesn't have the... I mean, maybe it's because we're on these large trains. Maybe we have to go on smaller trains to really feel it. But it doesn't have the, like, get out of the hole. I mean, we're pulling 14 cars, I guess, so...
Yeah, a lot of weight.
I was really hoping to feel the Chew Fast, Chew Furious, always shifting to second.
It's the meme for that, but I mean, it's a little slow for that, if I'm being perfectly honest. So.
Yeah. But we got to race those big steam guys, too, at some point.
We do.
I haven't raced big steam yet. I also haven't done slug stuff. I haven't done multi-unit stuff. I'm a fresh noob.
Yeah, we're going to have to do that. Oh, actually, before we go, somebody did give me a great idea for a challenge that we should try at one point. At the bottom right of the map, there is the garage where you unlock the slug. It's up that little squirrely pass to the bottom right of the harbor. And that has the steepest grade in the game. I think it's even like up to 5%. And it also has the slowest speed limit in the game that goes down to 1. It's literally a 10.
Okay.
And we spawn some stuff up there and try and bring it down. I think that would be the best next race. Just saying.
Okay.
See who bins it the least with a heavy load down that. Because bye-bye brake shoes.
All right, sounds good. Well, let us know what you guys think, and we'll see you all next time.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.
Bye.